Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Asha Choolani and I'm the Senior Manager at SMU's Office of Postgraduate Research Programs. I will share with you basically today mainly the academic research PhD programs, which is on the left side of the screen. Though the other doctoral programs that we also have is the professional doctorate programs, which is on the right side of the screen. But mainly my main presentation will be on the academic research PhD programs. So if you look at the screen on the left side of the screen, under academic research PhD programs, we have 6 programs. I say 6 because we have the PhD in business with specializations in finance, marketing, operations management, organizational behavior and human resources, strategic management and organization. We also have the PhD in accounting, the PhD in economics, the PhD in computer science, the PhD in information systems, and the PhD in psychology. Now, for the PhD in computer science, we have a part-time study mode available. I will talk about it a bit more later. On the right side of the house, we have professional doctorate programs, and if you can see, those are the programs. We're looking at the DBAs from the business school. We also have a DBA Accounting Finance from the School of Accountancy, Doctor of Engineering from the School of Information Systems. I will take them accordingly later and discuss with you a bit more. So I'll talk about the academic research PhD programs. Now, the program basically has an overall structure of having to do preparatory coursework. So you sit and you do, you study for courses over years 1 to 3. When I say over years 1 to 3, depending on the different programs, the number of years that you take to do the courses will vary accordingly. So the first element is to do the courses. After you've done the courses, you sit for what we call the qualifying examination. Again, we've put here by year 3, which means that depending on when you complete the courses, the next step would be to sit for the qualifying exam, which actually assesses the mastery of the foundation, because these are research programs, so you need to do research courses and all that. Then once you've done that and you clear your qualifying exam, you do a dissertation. That's years 4 to 5. Now, there are a few components within the dissertation. First, you need to propose a topic. So there's an oral presentation where you propose the topic that you're looking at. And then you finally you work on your research dissertation, and you do the oral presentation of the report, and then the actual report itself, which is the final outcome would be the written report. And then after that, you would get the degree. So this is the components basically of the structure of the academic research PhD programs. And actually it is the same for the professional doctorate, but again, the years that you do your courses and your qualifying exam and your dissertation, again, will vary accordingly. Don't worry, I know there's a lot of information here, but this is available on our brochure, and we'll be happy to share the brochure with all of you. These are the research areas, or the strengths, as we were to call them, the research strengths of the different programs. So I'm not going to waste too much time here. I'll just move on. So don't worry if you don't catch anything. The information is available in our brochure. All right. So I'll just move on. Same thing here. I'll just move on. Okay. This one will provide you a link. So on our website, I'll share the link of the final website later at the end. On our website, you will be able to find dissertations of our graduates, what they've done in the past, so that you get an idea of the type of research and the type of dissertation that our students eventually becoming graduates actually do. So don't worry about the link again, because it's all available on the website. Just to share with you, till date, so including the latest August 2020 intake, we've got 206 total PhD students on board. So you can see the various proportions. So PhD in accounting. Now, PhD accounting is a relatively new program. The first intake was in 2018. So you can see that the number is like 9. PhD in business, all 5 specializations, 55. PhD in econs, we have 41. PhD in psychology, 17. PhD in computer science and PhD in information systems, 84. So in total, we have 206 students currently still in our program. So let me share with you now the difference between the academic research PhD programs and the professional doctorate programs is that for the academic research PhD programs, they are full-time programs. Yes, there is an exception of the PhD in computer science, which has a part-time option. But that one is basically open to Singapore citizens and permanent residents, Singapore permanent residents. Basically, if you are on the program, let's say I'm talking about the full-time programs. If you're on the program, as in you're offered a position, you will get fully funded scholarships. What do these scholarships entail? They cover registration and tuition fees, and the tuition fees are really subsidized tuition fees, and they provide monthly stipends for the first 4 years. So for the first 4 years of the program, now the program is between 4 to 5 years, depending on how long you take to finish off your dissertation. On the average, our students take 4.5 years, and we do have people who are in their 5th year as well. So registration and subsidized tuition fees are covered, and you get a monthly stipend, and this is for the first 4 years. What happened in the 5th year, if you look down the screen, in the 5th year, students who have been on this scholarship will still receive continued support through research and teaching assistantships, or even graduate instructor positions if you can really teach a full course, or even industry grants of our faculty members. So you are taken care of for all the 5 years. Now, the first 4 years, of course, it's a scholarship, and this is really the Ministry of Education scholarship. And in the 5th year, SMU will then continue to support you. We also have, if I move down, we also have the doctoral fellowships. These are, there are 2. There's the President Doctoral Fellowship and the Multidisciplinary Doctoral Fellowship. These are for outstanding students. So the Presidential Doctoral Fellowship is given to our outstanding students while they're with us. It is usually a 1-year award, and more information can be found in our brochure. It is a 1-year award. Sorry, before I move on, there's also a conference funding that we provide with the fully funded scholarship. It's 3,500 throughout, which you can use. And if let's say you need more of the conference funding, usually the schools will also help to find, the schools of the relevant programs also help to find will help you be able to support you as well. Now I move back to the doctoral fellowship. So the President Doctoral Fellowship also comes with the conference funding. So if you get that award, you will get higher stipends. I can share later with you the figures. Higher stipends, plus you get an additional conference funding as well. Same with the multidisciplinary doctoral fellowship. So if your research spans across various areas, maybe between schools, different programs and all that, maybe you're taking courses from another program and you use it in your research. So we have students who do that, so they get this award, and the same thing, they also get that conference funding. We also have the graduate assistantship program, and these are mainly for international students, but we do encourage our local Singapore students or Singapore citizens or Singapore permanent residents to also do this, because it will give them experience while they're on the program. So it includes research teaching assistantships as we move along the 4 years or the 5 years of your program, or graduate instructors. I'll move on to the next slide. This will give you more information about how much, so the fully funded scholarship, the full scholarships, basically, if you're a Singapore citizen, so there's a before qualifying exam amount, stipend, and after qualifying exam. So you can see that. I won't read it off for you, but you can see it is tiered according to whether nationality, whether you're a Singapore citizen, Singapore permanent resident, or international students. Again, this information is available on our website and we'll be happy to share with you. I'll move on to the next one. So monthly stipends for doctoral fellowships, which I mentioned earlier. So if you see what the Presidential Doctoral Fellowship is basically we award, it's an award for exceptionally qualified PhD students. Now I put that incoming and existing because sometimes for incoming students, if they're really exceptional, we may and we have been in the past providing this award, and this award basically means that you would get a higher stipend. The multidisciplinary doctoral fellowship is awarded to existing students if they show that their research output uses techniques from 2 or more fields of research. So they are higher monthly stipends from the earlier one. So if I were to move back one screen, so this is the standard fully funded scholarship. And this is the one if you get the PDF or the MDF, so to speak. And we do provide, as I mentioned earlier, for the PDF and the MDF, we do provide that additional conference funding of 3.5. So if you were to get, let's say, a normal scholarship, you would get the 3.5. And over the years, if you get this PDF, for example, you will get an additional conference funding. What does the conference funding do? Basically, we want our students to go out there and share their research with the research community internationally. It could be conferences and the such, you know. So basically, it'd be useful practice as well for you, useful experience to write the paper, to get your paper accepted, to go and have to go and be part of participate and share your research with the research community internationally. We also have the doctoral fellowship in computing with higher stipends, and this is only for our PhD in CS, computer science, and PhD in information systems programs. The reason is because our Singapore government is looking at getting more people into the science and technology, the STEM, what we call the STEM programs. So that's why we have these special ones. And, you know, if you come in and you're exceptionally good, we'll give you basically this as well. Let me share with you about our graduates, because I think some of you will be wondering, like, you know, so what kind of careers do I have? Can I go in and such? So, so far, we have over 170 graduates. So what I gave you earlier, the figure, the 200 plus, is the students who are still with us. And this is the over 170 who have already graduated. Now, the faculty, those who end up with faculty positions in prestigious colleges or universities, it's 49%. So we're really looking at almost half. Those who will do postdoctoral fellowships is 16%. So what some people would do is they would usually, after they get the PhD, they would spend 1-2 years trying to do their postdoc before they move on to a more what do you call it? A career that's a bit more for them. So they'll decide whether they want to go into academia, teaching, or even research, where they can be research scientists or things like that, or they'll go into the industry. So maybe what they do first is they take up postdoctoral fellowships, do more writing, do more research, get their CV a bit more you know, better in that sense, and then they move on to do other things. We also have, so that's 16%, and we also have 33% who are in the industry. They get positions, research positions in the industry. So like I said, research scientists, for example. It doesn't add to 100 because we still have those who have just recently graduated and they're still finding positions. So if you look at in terms of where they've been in the region, they've literally been practically more or less all over the world. So you're looking at Asia Pacific, you're looking at Europe, you're looking at North America. So these are the cities and the countries that they would go in. And I'll give you some examples of those who, so these are current placements in Singapore. So like I said, some of them would go into faculty positions, so assistant professors, or some of them are even like lecturers and senior lecturers. And then we have postdoctoral fellowships. So like I said, when they first finish off their degree, they get their PhD. So, some of them want to get more research experience, so they do postdoctoral fellowships, 1-2 years. And then you have those who go into the industry. So they become research scientists, research engineers. So you can see the list over here. These are all available on our website again, but you know, if you really want me to share with you my presentation, you can write to me. I'll share my email address later and I can share it with you. Overseas placements, so again, faculty positions. So if you look, we've got from Bocconi, which is a very, very good university, and from China, we have Peking, Renmin, Fudan. We even have someone in Portugal. We even have people in Japan, Tilburg University, Netherlands. So you can see the list, and they're usually assistant professors and above. Postdoctoral fellowships, all right. These are the universities and industry positions. So we have Google, Huawei, you know, Twitter, Amazon. So we've got this kind of, our graduates are going into this kind of placements, yeah? Okay, so what kind of experiences you can look forward to? So of course, you will know we will definitely provide you with the academic training, which is high quality. We have a high quality academic research PhD curriculum. Like I said also earlier, that you will have experience as research assistants, not just research assistants, which is at the schools and the centers and institutes the SMU has, but also as teaching assistants, yeah? And then, of course, participate in international research conferences, which we provide funding for. Now, on the right side, the professional skills training. So besides the academic training, there's also the professional skills training. Now, my colleague Willie is on this webinar as well. He actually takes care of this aspect of it, the professional skills training. So we teach you how to teach. So it is a graduate requirement that you must, with the Center of Teaching Excellence, which is SMU Center of Teaching Excellence, you will do like a so-called a mini workshop, a course kind of thing, where we teach you, where they train you how to teach. So at least you understand what needs to be done, and it's part of the graduate requirements, because in the end, you would definitely be teaching as well. We also have English communication courses. Now these basically teach you how to present. I mean, sometimes it does help you with the language, but mainly it's if it's for international students who feel that they need the help, they will get it. But it also helps with presenting, how you put your information there. Scientific presentation helps with that. So how you present. Now you will be presenting to an audience at the conference, for example. So how you put your information there, your scientific information, how do you actually showcase that? We also teach you how, there's also scientific writing skills training as well. So, you know, you have to write working papers and things like that. So how do you actually do that? We help with that. We also provide with career development workshops. In the past, we've had interviewing skills or how to create your LinkedIn page to get you out there and things of that sort, yeah? So these are both, so academic as well as professional skills training. So what are the admission requirements? Of course, this is research, so you need to have a passion to do research. So that's very important. That's the first and foremost. Research what? To create knowledge to benefit the society. Yeah. Now, a lot of people have asked us whenever we meet prospects that, do I need a master's to do a PhD? The answer is no, you do not need a master's. For the SMU PhD, and actually the PhDs in Singapore universities, you need at least a good bachelor's degree. Now, a master's is useful. If you have it, that's fantastic. But you don't need it. It's not a requirement. So at least a good bachelor's degree. Now, for some of the programs, you need to do, no, actually for most of the programs, you need to do the GMAT or the GRE. Now, there are some programs, if you have local university first degrees, so we're looking at SMU itself, or maybe even NUS, NTU, SUTD, or even the new ones like SIT and SUSS. Now, if you have a local degree, now for some of the programs, it is possible that you get a waiver. So I would suggest you check back with the relevant programs. So that's for that. And those who do not have English as their medium of instruction at the undergrad or master's level, then you will have to do your TOEFL or IELTS. Yeah. So this is the admission. These are the admission requirements. So in terms of application period, these are all found online. So just to take note that all programs are in August. January, we have just for the PhD in computer science and IS. So we have a second program. I'm trying to rush because I realized that it's already 32. Industrial postgraduate program. This is only for the PhD in computer science candidates. We have this as an option. Currently, 2 companies are on board, Salesforce and OneConnect. I can share with you more. We can always share with you more. We have a live chat, so you can always just get onto the live chat with us. But let me just move on because I want to take some questions. Professional doctorate programs. These are basically these are programs, and these are more for working professionals who feel that they can't do full-time programs. We have these options as well. So PhD in Business GM, Doctor of Business Administration, which has the specialization track in innovation, and the Doctor of Engineering. All right, so this is the web address for SMU. All right. And then, of course, we have two different web addresses. One is PhD, one is professional doctorate, and this is our email and contact information. I would like to take some questions. So if anyone has questions, or Willie, you want to share some of the questions that we may have?
Oh, okay. I think we do have, hi everyone, I'm Willie here. I think we do have some questions like, whether we need to identify a supervisor. No, you do not. SMU will be assigning you the suitable supervisor. And how soon can we sit for a qualifying exam really depends. Usually it's about from the start of the program, about 2 years. And it also very much depends on your progress and also the advice from your supervisor. Yeah, and there's this question is an interesting one about the ideal age. Well,
we don't really look at age. So when the application comes in, we look at the whole package. So everything from your degree, from your basically your degree, whether you've done the GMAT, so the GMAT or GRE scores, things like that. So we look at the whole package rather than we look at age. And usually some of them would ask for research statement, personal statement. So the schools who do the assessment will also ask for this kind of will look at this for this kind of things as well. So no, there's no age limit per se. Yeah. Okay. Let me just look at the chat, and let me just go through the chat very quickly. I have a few more minutes, about 4 more minutes. If I have a master in positive psychology, do I need to go through? So has this been answered, Willie? Can you let me know which ones have not been answered?
The one in the opens are the one that's not answered. There
Okay.
is open and yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So if I have a master in positive psychology, do I need to go through the, yes, you still would, but is it possible if, okay, let me move up the screen, and I will share with you my email address, so that, see, my email address is right here, so you can write back to me. You still would have to do, it's just that the courses that you do, we you know, if you've done a course already that's similar, maybe you can do other courses. That's what we tell our prospects. But again, it really depends on the school itself. So the school would be the best person to answer this question. So write to me, please. I will definitely connect you or get you the right answer. Are there any PhD programs in analytics research domain? Yes, under our School of Information Systems, the PhD in computer science, we do have, let me see, PhD in psychology, GRE scores necessary. No, so unfortunately for private institutions, you would still have to do the GRE. And for psychology, there's a psychology test within the GRE that you would need to do. Yeah. What is the schedule like for part-time students? Okay, so the part-time students is only, we're looking at only computer science. So what you do is you have to do the MSc in computing, the SMU MSc in computing first, and then that's 2 years, and then the next 4 years, so you have to pass your qualifying exam after that, and then the next 4 to 5 years, you're doing your degree, the PhD degree. So so that answers your question. It takes about 7 years lah. If I had a master's degree, can the requirements be waived? This one will depend on the school. So again, please write to me for some of these questions. Write to me directly. I'll be happy to solve, to answer them or get them answered for you. Any financial support for the professional? No, unfortunately, these are self-funded programs. Are you able to share the deck? I'm very much happy to, but please write to me personally because I can't be putting it up. So I'll just send it to you. How would you like to ask what constitutes a good bachelor degree? Yeah, so it really depends again on, of course, the school will look at everything, your GPA and everything. So that's how they will find out, you know, but the school's faculty members, there's a committee, the selection committee is the one that will look at all these things. What's the difference between PhD and doctorate? I can give you a link. We have it on our website. Due to time constraint, is it possible if you write to me, the person who asked this question? How competitive are the PhD programs in SMU? Yeah, so each year we take on the average across all our programs 30 to 40. But we do get applications, like for example, the last intake we had 300 plus applications. So you can find out how competitive. It's definitely competitive. I will not lie to you. SMU on merit basis. Okay, so the scholarships are provided the moment you are offered. So if let's say you are offered a position, a candidature, the scholarship comes with it. It's not on merit. It's not that the school will give it to this person or this person. The moment you get that, you get the offer, you will get the scholarship. You're interested in as mid-career self. So okay, so for the one about the self-funded, we have for mid-career, we have professional doctorate programs for you. For potential candidates who have been in corporate for some time, how do we test our interest? Well, then you do a master's by research. We also have some master by research programs, They're also on our website. So if you go to the general website that I shared earlier, you would be able to find the research masters. What's the quota for, I wouldn't know this, it really depends. Is there anything that's related to 5G communication? Okay, so this one really I have to get the school to answer for you, because the faculty members would be the ones best to do that. What's your advice for PhD candidates between choosing basic degree? I have 2 master degrees and basic degree in computer science. Well, you have to look for the faculty members that's based on your research areas. So maybe you write to me and I'll definitely connect you with our faculty members. What are some factors that are considering when reviewing applications? Okay, so this one really depends on the selection committee, and every school will have their own criteria, but the overall SMU looks at the full package. I repeat again, we look at the full package. Is it possible? Yeah, all right. So I'll, yeah, maybe we can answer it. Yeah, that's fine. I know it's my time already. So maybe you guys who I've not answered or taken your questions, is it possible for you to go on our live chat under Zone 1? We are SMU Academic Research PhD programs, and we'll be happy to chat with you. I know there are many questions here. Sorry we couldn't take them. We only had 30 minutes. So please do go over there and we'll talk to you. There are 4 of us, and we'll all be available to talk to you till 6:30 p.m. today.